What's up, guys?
We have our
I thought you were gonna yell protein.
protein.
Today we're gonna be talking about protein.
We have our special guest. Alright. What is protein?
Cue the intro?
Yeah.
Cue the intro.
Cue the intro. Alright guys, so first point, what is protein? What is protein? Okay. Protein you can get from a lot of sources. It can either be from real actual food, or you can get it from a supplement base, which is powder form. It's only powder form, right?
Like he's on right now. Right. Protein is alright, you guys have all heard about carbs, fats, and proteins. Protein is one of those macronutrients that you need in order to build muscle. The constituents of protein come more from amino acids themselves. The reason why amino acids are important is because without them, you wouldn't be able to build muscle, you wouldn't be able to function properly, essentially. You wouldn't be able to have your hormones in play, all those good things that happen in your body.
That was real fucking sciencey, dog. So,
What number two?
what types of
Point
protein?
number 2.
What types of protein are there? Well, if we're talking supplement based, there's whey, there's isolate, there's casein protein. What is whey protein? Whey protein is essentially, there's different sources, either milk or cheese, and they're just filtered through, is it hydrolyzation?
Hydrolyzation.
Yeah, hydrolyzation. So, whey is just, let's say, like the middle part of it, because you have more fats, more carbs in the whey protein. What do you like?
Breaking through. Breaking through.
And then you have your isolate. Isolate is more of a filtered protein, again, either from milk or cheese. A lot of times, I don't know why there's cheese, to be honest, but isolate protein is more filtered, so it's more broken down than whey, meaning you get more protein per scoop. It's probably about anywhere between 80 to 90% more protein per scoop.
Keep in mind also that we're just talking strictly right now about like whey proteins and isolate proteins that often, most of the time, for example, like whey protein comes more or less from milk products, dairy products, that kind of thing too. There are and I mean so many other types of proteins out there.
There's vegan types.
There's hemp protein, pea protein, there's waxy maize protein.
Waxy wax.
Waxy wax.
Waxy
protein.
max.
What else is there?
But that's a different video, though.
But just keep that in mind. It's like, even though these aren't the only types of proteins out there.
These are your
These are
typical.
These are the ones that you're going to see the most often when you walk
3.
into a supplement store.
Yeah, it's your typical 3. And then lastly, we got, is that it for isolate?
Yep.
Then last is just casein. What is casein? Casein is like probably the least filtered, because it's more whole, I guess you could say. It's more meant to be taken at bedtime, so it's more oh, and the thing about whey and isolate is they release faster, so they get digested faster, whereas casein takes a lot longer. It takes about 4 hours after you digest or ingest it for it to release and actually start to get to work.
So the whole point of the whole point and the whole process of casein really is, at the end of the day, because we've all heard about the catabolic window and all the anabolic window and all this. No, there's none of it. But at the end of the day, because you're not falling into essentially fasting levels, or your insulin isn't dropping as much, what casein does is that it lets you hold on to your sugars a little more, hold on to your muscle stores a little more, keeps it up, so that you don't actually have any chance of, not being in an anabolic state. But that's more detail that which will come later.
Again, another video.
Okay. So point number 3? Tres?
Do you need it? Do you need protein?
Do you take protein?
In the beginning.
Okay.
Mind you, I was like skinny little bitch being an ectomorph. So mind you, I took mass gainers, and that's again another video that has a ton of shit in it. But if anything, it was just regular whey protein. I don't take it as much now, just because I try to get most of my protein sources from food. because supplements. If you're ever taking supplements, protein or not, whatever it is, it's more to, let's say if you don't have time to take it, right? I'd say more, because if you're not able to get all that food, get all of it from your food.
Again, okay, so it comes down to what you are actually using protein for. So if you're using protein for the fact that because you're not getting enough in your diet, yes, that makes sense. But if you're using protein for the fact that you're trying to better your diet but not actually changing anything else in it, that's where I disagree.
No, that's different.
When it comes to protein, remember this supplement is supposed to supplement your diet. It's not supposed to be.
It's not a meal replacement.
It's not. Well, not even that. It's people don't use it as meal replacement. A lot of people often use it as an additive. And what happens is that people don't change their diets or they don't actually make their diet better. And because they don't ever actually do that, what happens is that they just add extra calories and extra protein on top of their shitty diet already. What happens in that case is you don't see results, you never actually get where you want to be, and you start blaming everything else and your own progress in the gym for even to do it. A lot of people don't actually look towards their own nutrition first, and one of the things that we really had to put out there is that people don't know how to use protein properly. Protein just isn't something you add into your diet. It's not something that it's a magical, what's it called, powder that'll make you lose weight or make you gain muscle automatically.
Which I know a lot of people are led to believe.
Right, and like you go in these supplement stores and people tell you, oh yeah, you just need to take this, this, and this, and you'll be fine. No, it's not like that. You need to be able to fix every facet of your life first before you get to it. Otherwise, if you're taking protein, it's just literally money down the drain.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll gain more weight.
Right, and like I
personally
like have used maybe like I can count on the number of hands how many times I've actually used protein.
Really?
Like I've never really taken protein that seriously for me, because for me diet always came first.
Well, that makes me feel shitty.
But for me personally, like diet should always come first, no matter what it is. Supplements are always just that. They're supposed to supplement your diet. Unless you've reached your genetic potential, where you can actually start to begin adding all that, in my opinion, there's no point in taking protein. You can get your protein from all the food you're eating. People just like to make excuses or find a magic trick that essentially propels them to get there a little faster.
Well, that's a common misconception
Right.
most beginners are led to believe, right?
And the problem with that is like people don't know the common problems, right? People just kind of go out there, go to a supplement store, go to any supplement store, and they tell you the first thing you should get because you're new to the gym is what? Protein, pre-workouts, which we'll get to another video. Everything under the fucking table and everything on the shelves. Creatine. Well, whoa, why didn't we talk about that? But anyways, when it comes to protein supplements, just first fix your diet. That's the first thing I would say for sure, because you can actually get a good amount of protein in your diet. And do you need it? Maybe. If you're actually not eating enough, and if you're trying to gain weight and you're actually trying to get some calories in, then go ahead. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're trying to lose weight and just because you think taking protein is going to help you, it's not. In fact, what it's going to do is actually probably detriment you if you haven't changed anything else in your diet already.
You need protein, just not from a supplement right now.
Right, you need protein, but the last thing you probably need when you're losing weight is protein. In fact, you don't really need anything when you're losing weight.
You feed off yourself.
You really ought to do, you have enough energy on your body if you're like 200 pounds to be able to feed yourself for like 4 days.
Under all the adipose.
Right, I'm not telling you to go starve yourself, but, right? But the thing is, like a lot of people think just adding one thing or adding more food is going to help them. No, it's never just one food. Right, so don't think of protein as the same way.
There's a lot of fads like that.
There's so many fads like that.
It's like
So many.
Mind you, some are true, some aren't, but there's a lot.
Well, to a certain degree.
Yeah. Again, too much of one thing's never good for you.
Yes, everything in moderation, like drugs.
Okay.
All right, guys, that was our video on protein.
We strayed a little bit, but
it's okay.
Essentially, the video is about protein. We hope you guys found it helpful. That's just our opinion on it.
Let us know if you guys have any more questions. Remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Tell us if you take protein.
And tell us if you guys want to hear anything else about protein or anything in particular about nutrition advice.
If there's a brand you think
we'll also be doing reviews in the future, but
we can review it.
We will see you guys next time.
I knew you were gonna do that. I have a show coming up. I'm gonna cramp.